Welcome back to the Momentum Sports Podcast. If you're new here, please consider hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button. Comment down below your thoughts. Derek and I love talking about college sports, especially college football and college basketball. We're excited to get on to this next topic that you came here for. So let's get it. All right, Derek. Let's talk a little bit about Boise State here in the G5. I think that the G5 deserves an opportunity. But if Boise is not able to at least make it past their first game, they're going to lose a lot of cred, like a lot of street cred. Next year, they're going to dismantle the way they did this playoff most likely and maybe make it even tougher for a G5 to get in. And they're definitely not going to give a bye to a G5 if Boise does not perform. Now, even if Boise does perform, they may still even take those rights away. But, like, people are going to go off about G5 and all that if Boise does not make some sort of a run here. How far... first off, how far do you think they'll make it? And, like, just in reality of, like, okay, this is what's going to happen. And then also, what is their potential?
Yeah, looking at their odds, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if this is updated odds, but they have a plus 6,000 of winning the Natty.
Yeah.
But if I had to give a reason why Boise State is going to win the national championship, I would have to say Ashton Genty.
Well,
Ashton Genty
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
dominated in running. I mean, he was able to just make Oregon look like crap on the defense. And
And
another
that's
thing
the number
about
one
run,
team in the nation. Oregon is the number
yeah,
one team in the nation.
yeah,
So,
but the thing is, and the reason why they will win the Natty is they're going to slow down the game. The clock is going to be going
mm-hmm.
down. They're running a lot. Yes, they'll pass here and there, but I think the run game has a lot to do with clock management that will happen. And that could definitely get them through a lot of these games. And yes, if they do it right and they're able to run successfully against teams like Georgia's defense, uh, Notre Dame's defense or Penn State's defense, they probably will, and possibly a Texas defense, I could definitely see Boise State winning. But we all know when you have a one-dimensional team, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a run team, and you don't got anything else, I do not see Boise State winning it. But there is a chance. It's a
Yeah.
plus 6,000 odds. Okay, if you're a gambling man, make that bet. You can get some good money. That's like 60 to 1. So yeah.
I mean, it is possible. I just, whenever it comes to the furthest that I see them actually going, I could see them making it to the national championship, because they would have to play the winner of the Penn State SMU game, and I think that they can win that. And as we've talked about earlier in one of our segments here, is Georgia having Connor Stockton, or Indiana and Notre Dame. I think that,
I mean Gunner Stockton, right?
yeah, Gunnar Stockton. I think that, him, Georgia being stuck with him, and no, I don't know if stuck's the right word, but we just don't know. We don't know how he's going to react moving forward. When teams actually prepare for him, how he's going to look. I see a path that Boise can win the semifinal. But
Hmm.
man, when they play the final, man, that's a lot to ask. A lot. Playing a Texas or playing a Oregon, I I just think that those teams are going to be, they're going to have more depth, and they're just going to, at this point of the season, I feel like Boise will be more bruised up, and the team with the more depth and longevity built team is gonna beat them. Um, but that's kind of
Mhm.
I think their ceiling is getting to the national championship. Now, once they get there, I'm afraid it might be one of those TCU Georgia type of matchup where it's a blowout. Just because they've made it further than they should have.
Mhm.
Um, and I hope that doesn't happen because I want to see Boise at least go out swinging in a close one, or win the whole thing. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, right? I mean, who would have? Like you just said, the odds of that are so low. It'd be cool to actually
Mhm.
see it, and that would just blow up all of college football. Just be like, what? Like we've been, you know, force fed all this SEC, Big Ten stuff, and saying that only these conferences should compete, and Boise State goes in there and beats them all. Um, but anyway, where I think they likely hit though, I think they win their first game and then I think they lose their second. I think they lose in the semifinals. That's where I have them getting to, which is still like that's honorable. Like if you win at least one playoff game, awesome. And especially if you're the one with the bye, that means that you're playing a second round caliber team. And if you beat a second round caliber team, respect, man. Like if you make it to the final four, the semifinals, whatever they're gonna call it in college football, um, that's respectable, and I think that's where they're gonna land this year. Where do you think they'll actually land, Derek?
Oh, I think they'll make it to the semifinals. I really do. But here's the thing: we don't, and this is the reason why I think they'll make the semifinals. And maybe this might continue on, but Boise State for years have always been the underdog. The underdog is what I say is the underdog mentality. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the Boise State Broncos,
Yep.
they've always shown upsets. Remember that Oklahoma game a long time ago? I think they play Oklahoma and they did a big, huge upset.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think this could come for Boise State in the playoffs. I can see upsets happening, and it very likely might happen, and you're not including. Now, we said the defense isn't that great, but if I had to explain more on the defense, I would let me see here. I'm looking at the stats here. Here's the thing. They've allowed just 22.6 points per game. And yes, they're in the Mountain West. Uh, their run zone defense ranks 25th in the nation with 77.5% of their opponents' red zone trips, uh, allowing a touchdown. Uh, so I mean, it's not that high. It's not like 3 or 4 like Texas would be or whatever, but just those little things might be just enough with the time management to get them past each round.
Yeah.
So you can look at that. And
And
now
Genty's got
I'm
to be healthy. Like that's the
yeah.
thing. Like if he goes down, it's just not gonna happen. Um, but they've been doing that all year. They've been relying on him all year long, and
Mhm.
this is what he's done for them. I mean, like, all of the points on their offense, the majority of the points are him. It's
Yep.
crazy how their offense literally is Genty. It's
Oh yeah.
crazy. I hope they don't go out in the first round. I'm rooting for them. I would love to see it. I think it would be really cool. And if they do go out, I hope it's, a close fight and it's not, a blowout type of situation. But again, whenever you're playing this long of a season, there's going to be these bigger teams are built for that longevity. They have the depth. And that's the biggest argument against some of these G5 opponents like a Boise State. But this is their chance to prove those guys wrong, prove everybody watching wrong. The G5 deserves to be in there. They deserve to have a chance. Go and prove it. Because if you lose, you're just giving the other guys more ammo to keep you out. So going in
Mhm.
there and make a statement. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you got this far, please consider hitting that like button and commenting down below with your thoughts. We'll see you guys in the next video.